Hello everyone, welcome to my channel SW Metro official channel. Christine's courtroom testimony. Kody hid $7 million while my daughter needed surgery. Christine Brown offers a positive update on Kody's relationships with children, indications of a deeper connection. Christine Brown is still optimistic that Kody will be reunited with their kids. She continues to hold out hope that their equation will get better. The Sister Wives actress gave her followers a clue that things could improve in the future. For the sake of her children, Christine remained in a loveless marriage. She was offended, nevertheless, by her husband's fondness for his other children and his disdain for theirs. Christine made the decision to shield her children and herself from the psychological harm. At first, Kody found it difficult to come to terms with his 3 consecutive breakups. But in season 20, he's trying to own up to his mistakes. Is it possible for him to mend his relationship with his kids? What is Christine's opinion of it? Christine believes that Kody isn't a truly horrible person. Christine Brown was never afraid to make fun of and insult her ex-boyfriend, Kody Brown. She repeatedly attacked him on social media and used her vicious comments to question him about his destructive behavior. However, it appears like the Sister Wives star has changed her mind. After years of calling Kody a bad father, Christine changed her mind. He doesn't seem like such a bad person to her anymore. Christine talks candidly about Kody's dealings with kids. The bad relationship between Kody and Christine Brown's kids was always tragic. She talked about how her ex did not meet his responsibilities as a father to his kids. However, the TLC stars still appear to harbor some optimism that their relationship will get better. Christine recently disclosed that Kody has been trying to improve his tense relationship with his kids. She believes that the story is still being told and that things will change soon. But I do think that Kody is a good person, and I think that things are going to be better, the Sister Wives star said. Brown admitted that it is a protracted battle and that there are too many problems between them. She clarified that Kody and their children talked many inappropriate things about one another. However, it's a normal aspect of life, and everything will work themselves out in due time. According to the reality TV celebrity, her ex and her kids didn't get along well. But Christine also assured her children that their father still cares about them. Unfortunately, when her children discovered that Kody didn't try to spend time with them and instead favored other children, they lost faith in her. Mary takes part in speed dating during the season 20 premiere. As she formally moves on, Mary Brown is prepared to laugh her way into a new chapter. Fans will witness the Sister Wives stars return to dating after decades of living in the shadow of many marriages in this Sunday's season 20 premiere. According to the 54-year-old TLC personality, she is at last searching for something that genuinely embodies who she is. In 2023, she and Kody Brown called it quits on their protracted and complex relationship. She is looking for a companion that understands her eccentricities, values her independence, and, most importantly, accepts her legendary snort laugh. Mary isn't given up on finding love, even though she has accepted the end of her marriage and cut ties with Christine Brown's ongoing turmoil. Instead, she's using speed dating to venture outside of her comfort zone. For Mary, it's more important to try things out and be open to new experiences than to go headfirst into a new commitment. Does Mary Brown have plans to be married again? Rumors of Mary Brown's second marriage soon circulated after pictures of her wearing a white gown and a man in a tuxedo were uploaded to Facebook. If the Sister Wives star had secretly gotten married, fans wondered. However, the reality is more straightforward. The images were artificial intelligence (AI) generated. Mary said she has no intentions to get married and never again walked down the aisle. Mary Brown enters into a new partnership now that she's back on the dating scene. Mary Brown is clear about her desires. Although she doesn't strive for perfection, she is adamant about the traits that are important: humor, friendliness, self-assurance, and a tall person with kind eyes. Above all, she needs her potential spouse to embrace her famous laugh and snort. Instead of concealing her eccentricities, Mary is now employing them as a filter. A man just isn't her type if he can't deal with her being herself. She gained insight after learning things the hard way. Mary dated Amos Andrews around the beginning of 2024, but their relationship ended when unsettling information about him surfaced. She presented the split as a learning experience rather than a failure. Mary stated unequivocally that she learnt courage, self-worth, and the value of staying true to oneself from the experience. That brief romance helped her become more conscious of her desires. Mary is aware that prospective partners' perceptions of her are influenced by her past. Men typically hesitate when a woman comes from a numerous marriage because they assume she wants to maintain that lifestyle. Mary is keen to dispel those myths and demonstrate that she is taking a completely different route. "I no longer find polygamy appealing," Mary said. Christine Brown's courtroom testimony sent shockwaves through the sister wives' world, and the words that left her lips, "Kody hid $7 million while my daughter needed surgery," were not just a personal indictment of her ex-husband but a staggering accusation that raised deeper questions about money, morality, family loyalty, and the web of secrets behind the glossy facade of reality television. And as Christine sat on the stand with tears brimming in her eyes, her voice cracking with equal parts fury and sorrow, she painted a picture of a man who had not only emotionally neglected her but, in her words, financially betrayed the very children he had sworn to protect, because in that moment the courtroom was not just a sterile chamber of law but a stage where years of pent-up resentment and suspicion exploded into the open, and Christine's testimony unraveled a narrative of greed, secrecy, and self-preservation that seemed to fly in the face of the values the Browns had once claimed to hold dear, as she recounted how during the period when her daughter, most likely Isabel, who underwent a complex spinal surgery for scoliosis, was in dire need of medical care that was both urgent and expensive, Kody allegedly funneled and concealed millions of dollars, money that could have alleviated the crushing financial burden but instead, according to Christine, was squirreled away, hidden under layers of LLCs, trust arrangements, and undisclosed accounts tied to the family's tangled web of businesses, book deals, property investments, and reality TV earnings. And what made the accusation sting even more was Christine's insistence that Kody deliberately chose secrecy over transparency, control over compassion, hoarding wealth while her daughter faced excruciating pain and medical uncertainty. And as Christine's attorney asked her to elaborate, she detailed years of suspicions about missing money from TLC contracts, about how the family's paychecks never quite matched the level of fame the Browns achieved, about how Robyn seemed to live more comfortably while others pinched pennies, about how she was told there just isn't enough when it came to medical expenses while somehow, behind closed doors, Kody allegedly managed to shuffle millions out of sight, and the numbers she quoted were chilling: $7 million, not a few $100,000, not even $1 or $2 million, but $7 million that, she alleged, never went toward the children's needs, never went toward collective family goals, but was instead concealed as though the patriarch of the family had been preparing for an inevitable implosion long before the cameras ever caught wind of it, and her voice rose as she asked the courtroom, rhetorically, how a father could justify letting his child suffer while he sat on untouchable reserves of cash, and the tension was palpable as the defense shifted uncomfortably, with Kody sitting there with his jaw clenched, sometimes whispering to his attorney, sometimes rolling his eyes. But the optics were devastating because Christine came across not as a bitter ex-wife seeking vengeance but as a mother reliving the trauma of watching her child cry in pain, of being forced to beg insurance companies, of having to ask for financial help, all while suspecting that her husband, the man who preached unity and faith, was hiding money behind her back. And Christine explained that she hadn't wanted to believe it at first, that for years she dismissed the rumors, that when fans speculated online about where the TLC money was going, she defended the family, insisting that the finances were complicated but fair. But it wasn't until she began piecing together bank statements, tax records, and whispered admissions from people close to the situation that she realized the extent of what she alleged was financial betrayal. And as she recounted the moment she learned the full figure, $7 million, her voice cracked and the courtroom fell silent, because it wasn't just about money, it was about trust shattered at the most vulnerable moment, about realizing that the man she once defended was allegedly more concerned with stockpiling wealth and protecting Robyn's household than ensuring that his daughter's spine was straightened, her pain alleviated, her future secure, and Christine's testimony became more than a personal grievance. It became a symbolic reckoning for all the years fans suspected financial inequities in the Brown household, All the times Janelle seemed stressed about money, all the times Mary hinted at being cut off, all the times Robin seemed financially secure while the other wives scrambled, and Christine's words now gave those suspicions weight and substance, because if her allegations were true,